Yo, what's up, WrestleTube? It's Ronin Wrestling back with another video for you guys. Today, we're going to be exploring 10 matches that I would recommend to absolutely any wrestling fan, whether you're just getting into wrestling with the new Netflix deal coming around, or if you've been a wrestling fan since you were 5 years old. These are 10 matches I would recommend anybody go out of their way and watch at some point in their lifetime. So without any further ado, let's get into the list. The first match I want to talk about here is going to be Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, Bad Blood 1997. This was a in-your-house pay-per-view kind of thing. They were like pay-per-views that they used to put on that were a little cheaper than, the Royal Rumbles and WrestleManias. That way, it could be in more people's houses, hence the name. So this was the first Hell in a Cell match of all time, which puts it on a pedestal already. Also, I'm going to try to avoid spoilers throughout this video. I'm just letting you guys know if something might slip out, but this is kind of targeted to people who haven't seen these matches or want to see it with a new experience. So, I'm going to really try my hardest not to spoil anything for you guys. Anyways, this match holds a very special place in my heart personally. It was on a DVD set that I got for either my birthday or Christmas back in the day, of like all the best Shawn Michaels matches. It had a match he had with Triple H when he returned to wrestling. It had the one with Mankind at Mind Games, and then some stuff from like his real early days too. But the match immediately stuck with me and basically made it so Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker were my two favorite wrestlers for all of eternity. And it's still that way today. I love those guys so much. But this match was really where it started. I think really with the character work more than anything, because since they're in the cell, we got The Undertaker, who's like this dead man, basically like Michael Myers stalking a very scared Shawn Michaels around the ring to start the match, and then throughout it's just you get this sense of brutality that you don't really get in a lot of other matches. I'd say personally this is like a 5-star match for me. I'm not gonna just like give out 5-star matches like it's nothing, but this is like creme de la creme in my personal favorite match of all time. And we get a huge twist at the end. Like I said, I'm not going to spoil things throughout this video, but we do get a big twist at the end. So if you're watching, that is something that will be coming. That's kind of a spoiler, but I'm trying to like keep it under wraps for you guys. So yep, that's gonna be my first recommendation. It's the one I tell everybody if they ask me. So number one. The second match recommendation that I'd have is actually kind of like a celebrity match. This is kind of dedicated to like the newer viewers of wrestling who aren't really sure. They're kind of on the fence if they want to get into the world of wrestling or not. I think having a celebrity match, they have somebody that they know that they could root for. And this match that I'm choosing is Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest at Backlash 2023. Coming into the match, there wasn't like this huge story. It was kind of just made off the back of WrestleMania 39. And there was interferences there that Bad Bunny had helped Rey Mysterio out. And then Damian Priest is part of Judgment Day with Dominic Mysterio. So they kind of like intertwined. And this match was way better than I expected, especially like for a celebrity match. I guess nowadays the celebrity matches are always good with like Logan Paul is really good in there. Bad Bunny we've seen, like I'm talking about now, is really good. Pat McAfee was wicked entertaining. So like nowadays the celebrity matches are pretty good, but back in the day they were bad. So I'm glad we've turned a new leaf, but I think this match would be perfect for anybody who's just trying to get into wrestling. Like I said, they got a familiar face that they can root for, especially if they're a Bad Bunny fan. That's like perfect for them. And honestly, like the spots throughout the match were just really entertaining, and the crowd and the entrances, man, like Bad Bunny had probably like the entrance of 2023. With he came out to his own music, and like You can't get more savage than that. So that's going to be my second match that I recommend you guys watch. Now, my third match is a whole different kind of match. It's not a one-on-one match. It's actually a Royal Rumble match. Royal Rumble is right around the corner. It's a yearly event that WWE puts on for the past 30 plus years now. And the winner of it goes on to headline WrestleMania and get a championship match. And it's really good for building stories and building matches for the future. And the match itself is really entertaining a lot of the time. But for this one, I'm going to go with Royal Rumble 2001 in particular. I would also recommend 2007. But I think as a newer viewer, I think 2001 Royal Rumble would be perfect for you guys. This match has a lot of really recognizable names. The Rock, Stone Cold, Triple H. I believe Triple H is in there. Kane, Undertaker, really recognizable names that like even non-wrestling fans know. And just honestly, like the most entertaining Royal Rumble. There are probably better like matches as far as Royal Rumbles go, but as far as the entertainment value goes, like the 2001 Royal Rumble is way up there. The structure of the match was great. We get another celebrity spot with Drew Carey, which is really funny, and then kind of like goes to like a hardcore kind of section with a lot of like the hardcore guys coming out using like trash cans and street signs and stuff. And then we kind of section off into all the big stars coming in. And then that's when you really realize like this Royal Rumble is special, especially with all that star power. So yeah, 2001 Royal Rumble, I would definitely recommend if you haven't seen it. Now, number 4 on the list is going to be Bayley versus Sasha Banks at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. This was in 2015. Probably my favorite women's match of all time. This match has a phenomenal story heading in, and then it also has a phenomenal story throughout the match that we follow. The good guy and bad guy or heel and face dynamics during this match are like some of the best I've ever seen, with Sasha Banks playing the heel and Bayley being the baby face here. Really, really good job by both these people, especially considering like they were basically kids at this point. They were in NXT, they were in developmental, and they were putting on these banger matches. They have multiple matches, by the way, that are phenomenal. And if you want to like check out the whole series of them, I would recommend. But this is the match that stands out most to me. And I know I had mentioned that it was my favorite match as far as women's wrestling goes. It is also my favorite match to just come out of NXT, period. And NXT's, like, especially during that time period, NXT had a lot of really good matches, really consistently good pay-per-views that they were putting on. Probably better than, like, the actual WWE main roster pay-per-views that were going on at the time. So just to say that is definitely giving it some high praise. And yeah, if you're into some good storytelling in your wrestling, I definitely recommend that match for you. Another match with some great storytelling within it is Bret Hart and Stone Cold at WrestleMania 13. This match has like a whole different kind of heel and face dynamic from the Bayley and Sasha match that I had just mentioned. It's a lot more gray area with this one, and I'll let you guys decipher that when you watch it for yourself. I'm sure a lot of people that are into wrestling have seen this match because it's iconic, has iconic moments, and just like as far as how it propelled the industry, it like made a star and from a star, basically. This match like kind of changed the whole game. First introducing kind of like the whole blading thing, which we didn't really see very often in WWE. It was pretty frowned upon. But it's a really good storytelling device when used correctly. And in this match, it is used perfectly. And like I said, as iconic shots with said blood coming down the face. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, it is just a really good match. Very, like, these two guys are really good in the ring, especially together. So this match is definitely one that I would recommend for new or old viewers alike. So the next match I want to recommend is actually a set of matches that took place on the same night. It's going to be Daniel Bryan versus Triple H at WrestleMania 30, and then Daniel Bryan versus Randy Orton versus Batista. So he faces pretty much all of Evolution in one night. It's a really good story throughout WrestleMania. We don't really get that too often. We got it with WrestleMania 39 and 40 with the Bloodline stuff, but those are 2 nights. So really it's not one night having a story told throughout like this one was, which was really unique and pretty special, honestly. The in-ring work in both these matches was like phenomenal, especially in that first match. That opening match was like probably the best opening match of all opening matches to pay-per-views. That's like one of my favorites for sure. And then like that main event was just super, super special. Like I said, not going to spoil anything, but there are some really feel-good moments, I'll say, within it. So really, if you're looking for a good smile in your wrestling, this is going to be the series of matches for you. All right, another match I want to recommend to you guys is going to be CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank 2011. Story coming in was phenomenal. CM Punk was running out of his WWE contract, but he somehow weaseled his way into a match against John Cena for the WWE Championship on his last day of his contract in his hometown of Chicago. Like, it was really good writing, and the whole wrestling world was really buying that he was actually going to be leaving. So, well, at least I was when I was like 10 watching it. So what made the match so special was the crowd. The crowd was obviously a homer for CM Punk. That's his hometown, if you're new to wrestling. So yeah, it made this match from like a 4-star match to like a 5-star match. Nothing crazy spot wise or move wise, but like the what if of the whole match was amazing, and just for that I would give it a watch. It is a long match. It's like probably an hour with like the entrances and everything, but I'd say it's definitely worth it and would give you a good understanding as to the CM Punk and John Cena characters and their rivalry, especially with Cena coming back in 2025. So it'd be a perfect introduction to the John Cena character, and like I said, the CM Punk character as well. All right, the 8th match I want to recommend you guys is going to be the TLC 2 from WrestleMania 17. Probably the best WrestleMania of all time, although 39 and 40 have been really up there as well. But probably my favorite, or at least most entertaining WrestleMania that I've seen. This match is like an absolute car wreck of a match. So the concept of TLC is basically like the belts are hung up in the middle of the ring, probably 15, 20 feet up in the air. And the wrestlers have to go and climb in a ladder and retrieve the belts. And that's how they win the match. So it sets up some really like dangerous, but really cool looking spots that happen throughout the match. Some really iconic moments between Edge and Jeff Hardy. And then we see some really big bumps by like Matt Hardy and Bubba Ray Dudley. Really everybody's taking these crazy bumps the whole time. We get interferences that make it fun, with some cool spots involved with those as well. Really just like a WrestleMania match, just super entertaining. Highly recommend to anybody who's okay with seeing people like get kind of banged up. If you're looking for, you know, the softer stuff, I've had a couple matches that were a little less hard hitting. This one's pretty hard on the body. So if you kind of get queasy or squeamish with that kind of stuff, maybe it's not for you. But if you like that car wreck kind of thing, Jackass, like Steve-O kind of thing, this is definitely the match for you. I highly recommend this one. The penultimate match here is going to be Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 39. Another absolute banger women's match on this list. And no better place to do it than WrestleMania, right? I know I've had a couple WrestleMania matches on here, but that's really where all like the biggest matches happen, and it gives you a good feel for what like the best of wrestling is. This match was super hard hitting, super physical. We see both of these ladies absolutely like battered after, but they go to war for a good reason, because the story going in basically wasn't anything special. Rhea Ripley had won the Royal Rumble and had just basically said, "Hey, Charlotte, I'm gonna face you," and then they were gonna fight. But really, the story that we didn't see on screen was that they wanted the main event of WrestleMania, that night of WrestleMania, I should say, which ended up going to Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus the Usos, which was a great match. And honestly, like, it could be on this list. But like, this match right here was probably the match that stole that night of WrestleMania, at least in my opinion. And it was like an older generation of women's wrestler versus like a newer generation, which is like a story in itself, even though it wasn't really portrayed on camera. It's just another story that we have going into it that really leveled it up for me. So if you're into some hard hitting matches, that's another one for you. All right, and the final match that I'm going to recommend you guys is one that's really close to my heart. One of my favorite moments happens during this match of all time. And it's going to be Eddie Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship at No Way Out 2004. So this pay-per-view was right before WrestleMania. So coming in, Brock Lesnar's the champion. He's just kind of wrecking everybody. But we get this underdog Eddie Guerrero, who's been fighting for this spot for years and years and years, finally gets it. And the match that they put on is really, really entertaining. I think Eddie's in like a home crowd type of scenario here. I'm pretty sure like they were in his hometown, or at least by his hometown. So they called it his hometown. But everyone there was rooting for him. I'd say before you watch the match itself, watch the I'm Addicted promo that Eddie Guerrero delivers. I think it's a week before No Way Out, and it's like top 5, top 3 promo of all time. It gives me chills every time I listen to it. The passion, the energy, it's all there. Eddie Guerrero really makes you feel like this is a real wrestling match with real stakes and real championship. And man, like, you can't ask for a better wrestler than Eddie Guerrero when it comes to that kind of thing. As a fan, you want to buy in and you want to believe that what you're watching is real, even though you know it's not and you know it's scripted. But as a fan, you like Sami Zayn right now does a great job of it, or like even like Jey Uso or Cody Rhodes. Like, all these guys do a great job of making it feel real, which is why they're all top stars in the WWE right now. But Eddie does it better than anybody that I've ever seen. And like I said, some really cool moments happen in the match that, for me, have really stuck with me. So yeah, that's going to be my 10th match that I recommend you guys. It's probably the second one I would recommend on this list out of like order. First one being Shawn Michaels and Undertaker. Second one being this one. I really do love this match. All the links to the matches will be like in the comments or the description or something. Not all of them, because some of them are not on YouTube. But WWE has put up some of the matches, so I have linked them down below. If not, you can see them on Peacock or wherever else you are able to stream WWE right now. Soon it'll be Netflix for people that are outside of the US, or right now it would be the WWE Network, I believe. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm probably going to bring another recommendations video to you guys within the next couple months here. It's really fun for me, and I hope you guys get something out of it as well. So yeah, that's going to be a video, guys. I hope you guys have a great freaking day.